Chandler Parsons went from a rising star to one of the worst contracts in the NBA, and since we last saw him on the court, there's been some really interesting developments. So in today's video, I want to talk about what happened to Chandler Parsons. If you guys like the content, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. I want to bring you guys a lot of these types of videos. If you want to see a new one tomorrow, let's try to get 1,000 likes in the first day. So smash that button and let's get into this. Chandler Parsons first came onto the national scene when he dominated at Lake Howell High School. He led them to 3 straight 5A state championship Final Fours and was able to finally win as a senior. The 6'8" power forward graduated as the 44th ranked player in the country and the 9th player at his position. He decided to stay local and go to the University of Florida that was coming off back-to-back NCAA championships. His college career would start coming off the bench. As a freshman, he was able to average 8 points and 4 rebounds, shooting 47% from the field and 32% from 3. In his sophomore season, he became a starter, but still wasn't really getting into the conversation for the NBA draft, as he would average just 9 points and 6 rebounds. In his junior season, he took a pretty solid jump. He was averaging 12, 7, and 3, shooting with really solid efficiency. As a senior, we would see a pretty similar season, averaging 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting 37% from 3. And after leading Florida to the Elite 8, it really started to look like he had a chance at making it to the league. Parsons was a pretty intriguing prospect going into that 2011 NBA draft due to his great size at 6'10" for the small forward position, great shot mechanics, and his point forward ability. He was definitely in the conversation to sneak in the first round, but he ended up falling to the Houston Rockets with the 38th pick in the second round. As a rookie, he actually walked into a massive role. He started 57 games, averaging 10 points and 5 rebounds, shooting with decent efficiency. He would explode in his second season, really becoming the exact player everyone hoped for coming out of Florida. He averaged 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting 49% from the field and 39% from 3. While it's weird looking back, there was actually a ton of excitement surrounding Parsons in this Houston Rockets team, as it looked like they really had their duo of the future with Parsons and James Harden, who they had traded for the offseason prior. The hype wouldn't slow down in his third season. James Harden was becoming a full-on superstar, and Parsons was averaging 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting 47% from the field and 37% from 3. In this season, he would have the best game of his career, scoring 34 points against the Memphis Grizzlies, making 10 threes, which is impressive, but even more impressive is that they all came in the second half. That was the last season of his contract, and during the offseason, he received a 3-year, $46 million offer from the Dallas Mavericks, and while it was an extremely fair offer, the Rockets decided not to match it. In his 2 years at Dallas, it was solid. He averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, shooting 48% from the field and 40% from 3. But at the end of the 2016 season, he would tear his meniscus, requiring surgery, and this would really be the beginning of the end. At this time, he was a very good player. It was disappointing to kind of see his progress stagnate, as you could argue he was really the same player in his second season as he was in his fifth, but he was still a very solid player. Now, the 2016 offseason was one of the weirdest offseasons the league has ever seen. Some of the worst contracts of all time were being handed out left and right. Bismack Biyombo, after a decent playoff run, got 4 years, $72 million. Evan Turner somehow got 4 years, $70 million from the Blazers. Allen Crabbe, also from the Blazers, got another 4 years, $75 million. Luol Deng got $72 million. Timofey Mozgov got $65 million for his efforts with that 2016 Cavs squad. So as you can see, money was just being handed out for no reason. Despite Chandler Parsons coming off a season where he averaged just 15 points and he tore his meniscus, the Memphis Grizzlies decided to give him a 4-year, $98.5 million contract. Even at the time, this was questionable, but it would become very clear very quickly it was going to end up being one of the worst contracts in the league. He would miss the start of the season, recovering from his knee injury, and make his debut in November, and on the season, averaged 6 points and 3 rebounds, shooting just 34% from the field and 27% from 3. On March 17th, he would again suffer a meniscus tear, causing him to miss the rest of the season. At this point, it looked like we would never see that same player we saw early on in his career when it looked like he was going to be a future star. Over the course of the next 2 seasons, he played just 61 games for the Grizzlies, starting in just 11, averaging 8 points a game. During the next offseason, he would get traded to the Atlanta Hawks for Solomon Hill and Miles Plumlee, and he would only appear in 5 games. At this time, his career was probably coming to an end, but there was no chance for a comeback when on January 15th of 2020, he was hit by a drunk driver, suffering a severe concussion and whiplash. I mean, just look at the images from this incident. It looked extremely concerning. 5 days later, his attorney announced that these injuries were most likely career-ending, so the Hawks decided to waive him, and we haven't seen him in the league since. So where is he now? After the car crash, we really haven't seen or heard anything from Parsons. In fact, it's looking like he might want to stay away from the public eye. The only thing we've really heard is that he got engaged in November of 2020 to Haley Harrison, and that's about it. He's privated his Instagram account, so there's probably a decent chance we're never really going to see anything from him. It's a sad story. His career was killed by injuries and then ended by a drunk driver. But hey, he managed to get a massive bag, so hopefully he's doing just fine in retirement. But that's the end of you guys. You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Again, if you guys want to see a new video tomorrow, let's try to get 1,000 likes in the first day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.